Hello there, this is Pamela Jordan from Boss Up Marketing, and we are here and in full effect because what we're going to do is something very exciting today that's near and dear to my heart, which is based in food, honey, based in food. We'll get right to it. We are going to talk about the top three companies, restaurants that I feel nailed it in terms of driving incremental sales for their business, even despite the current new normal with this whole COVID landscape. And the three restaurants I'm going to talk about today are the Lost Cajun, the Melting Pot, and Olive Garden. So before I even get started, go ahead and do all the things that I need you to do to get the word out. But I will not tarry long there. You know what to do. So let's get started. The first one I'm going to cover is called this product comes from the Lost Cajun, and it's called Swamp Salt. Those of you who are from New Orleans, those of you who have been to NOLA, as we call it, you will be familiar with swamp salt. It is a spicy blend of herbs and things, and it comes with heat, but not so much to where you can't eat your food and you're not, about to fall out. It actually gives you an immense degree of flavor enhancement to whatever you're eating or cooking. And so I went to this restaurant one time on a humble. Had not even heard of it before, but I saw Cajun, so went in. They give you this, what I would call like a charcuterie board type of thing, and it has samples of some of their popular menu items in small quantity, in sample size. And then they have the seasonings on the table, so you get an opportunity to try before you buy, which I think is wonderful from a sampling standpoint. But then, you shake this swamp salt on one thing, and you find yourself shaking it on everything else that you order. This is one of my go-to seasonings at home for anything that I cook. It is absolutely amazing. It says give your cooking some Cajun. So if you need a little heat, you need a little spice, take things up a notch, this definitely will do it for you. I love the graphics. There's a gator on there cooking in a pot, and someone who looks like they search for seafood and gators and everything else out there to cook with in that pot. So I love the branding. I think it's fun and clever. And the restaurant itself has a very down home feel to it. The prices are reasonable. My issue with this is not the product. The issue is that it's difficult to find online. Most people shop online for seasonings and spices and things. This one, I actually had to travel almost an hour and a half just to buy this at the restaurant in person because I was unable to find how to purchase online. This is I'm telling the Lost Cajun, you need to find a way to sell this because it is a game changer. I think consumers who are foodies and who cook, they will love this product. Please get it out there. Because I think you definitely drive some incremental sales. And folks who are loyal to this restaurant, they will get the word out for you because I'm one of them. Because I tell you what, it is amazing. Okay, so this is one of my top three. The owner, just to give you some history, the owner of the Lost Cajun is a Louisiana native. And I think he moved somewhere or something, and he, couldn't find, Cajun food that he liked. So he opened up his own restaurant, which led to others. It's a franchise opportunity, which means that someone could invest in the restaurant and just keep up with the high standards of quality and service and menu offerings that would be consistent across the board for a franchise owner, or franchisee, we call it. So, yeah, there's franchise opportunities with the Lost Cajun. Now, mind you, they got hit just like a lot of other restaurants with COVID, but they still have restaurants open nationwide, and there are still investors who believe in this concept of Cajun cuisine. So they're still around, and when you find them, get this. Trust me, you won't be disappointed, okay? Let's go to the next one. The second restaurant I'll talk about is Melting Pot. Now, Melting Pot claim they make the claim that they are the world's premier fondue restaurant. And if you've never done fondue before, it's when you have fruits and meats and seafood, all kinds of foods that are cut in smaller pieces, and they are cooked in a broth or an oil, and then you dip it in typically different types of cheese sauces, right? And then the restaurant may offer some sort of seasoning to enhance the flavor of those things. Well, they give you at this Melting Pot restaurant, they give you several things you can shake, and season with. But this one right here, let me show you the bottle. It's Melting Pot garlic and wine. Let me just tell you something. I use this on just about everything that I cook. It is a universal seasoning. A lot of people cook with wine, Well, this is a blended herbs meets the wine component. It comes together. It wakes up the flavor of everything. It just is magical. And when I tried it, we even, I went with a group because this restaurant, it encourages group dining, right? We even went back around one more time to determine which of the seasonings that were offered was the best. And everyone unanimously said the garlic and wine. I ordered this via Amazon. Okay, I was not certain if I could purchase it at the restaurant because at the time it was one of those things where the experience was so amazing because it gives you like an upscale dining feel, probably because the pricing is kind of high. However, it's for special occasions is the perception that I have because of the price point. Okay, and so I wasn't even sure if I could, get any at the restaurant at the time, but I found it on Amazon, and every time I get low, I'm like, okay, it's time to replenish. So Melting Pot, now they have more simpler graphics, but the logo is familiar. If you've gone to the restaurant, it's definitely, they have branding, they have what consumers believe the restaurant to be in terms of perception. So they drive a certain loyalty. What they have managed to do is get this out to the masses to drive incremental sales in case it wasn't a situation where people were going to the restaurants directly. So I think they did an awesome job. This is one of my top all-time seasonings. I can't believe how good it is still. I even put it in salads, tossed salads. It wakes up the flavor. Oh my gosh, don't even get me started. Okay, that's two. So we did the Lost Cajun, we did Melting Pot, right? Now this right here, I'm gonna just put it up in the screen. Now this bottle right here, this one right here, you see all the seasonings at the bottom. Look, you see all that, and when you shake it up, you know what I'm talking about. Okay, so Olive Garden is a all family, family friendly restaurant, and it has a reasonable price point and is known for unlimited salad and breadsticks. And when I tell you, it's Italian American cuisine, okay? Because I have to make that clear, because if you are into a certain type of Italian, cuisine, you may go to Olive Garden and say, whatever. However, if you have a family, a group, you just want to have unlimited salad and breadsticks to go with your Italian cuisine, perfect place. The service is great. The servers, people who come and see about you, are so friendly, and they take care of you from beginning to end. Now, it's a little noisy in there now, because it's a lot of cheering, as we say, a lot of cheering up in there, and it's family now. For sure, but I tell you, if you need to feel satisfied and full and everything like that, great. So let's talk about the salad dressing. Now, this is their salad dressing, their signature salad dressing. They provide that with the salads that they give you, the unlimited, salads with, and somehow, I don't know what it is, it's tangy. Then it has the herbs in there, and then it has oil and vinegar in there. So you have all these things playing off one another. And when I tell you, it makes that salad come alive, honey. It really does. And people started, I'm sure years back, asking, hey, because we would ask for the extra dressing when we would have a take home, doggy bags, what we call it, take home plate, right? And so they started packaging it, and then they started selling it, and then Sam's Club now offers it in 2 bottles like this in a bundle, right? So they understood that consumers clamor for this dressing, and they just decided to take it to the next level, and I am very thankful. So yeah, it tastes great, and you see the Olive Garden packaging. Everyone who is an Olive Garden consumer knows that logo because it's plastered on the marquee, on the building as you pass by it. So yeah, and it's owned by Darden Restaurants. They currently, if I serves correctly, if my memory serves, they own 7 restaurants, and they have reasonable price point restaurants, but then they have upscale restaurants also, fine dining like the Capitol Grill, and they have this amazing tropical themed restaurant called Bahama Breeze. Oh my gosh, that's a whole other experience. So they have a really diverse portfolio of restaurants. But honey, this right here, I'm gonna tell you, if they go out of business, it's gonna be a problem. If they stop selling this dressing, it's gonna be a problem. Okay, so I think of the 3, who does the best job of distribution or making this opportunity available, I would have to say Olive Garden. The fact that they're in Sam's Club and in store, in the restaurant you can purchase and everywhere else, I think that they do the best job of that. Melting pot, because I was able to get this via Amazon, which is the World Shopping Center. It's all things shopping. I think they would come in second, and then Lost Cajun, huge opportunity for you to drive incremental sales because you have an amazing product that can wake up the flavor of things. So those are my top 3, and then from a marketing standpoint, what drives this ability for consumers to see all this? Touch points, if you do social media, if you do television ads, if you do, the distribution from different places, that is why Olive Garden is the top consideration in terms of who really nailed it, because their touch points are so varied, the ways in which they reach consumers. And in terms of brand equity, consumers know and love the brands for different reasons. Lost Cajun, Cajun food, right? Olive Garden, affordable Italian in a casual atmosphere, right? You got Melting Pot. Upscale dining, unique experience, makes me feel like I'm either in Switzerland where this was inspired, or I feel a little French, depending on how you look at it. So each one is so different, but they all add value. And that is what counts at the end of the day. If you drive value, you'll gain consumer loyalty. Then you'll increase your sales, and you will potentially grow to offer new and amazing things like this. So I'm going to leave it right there and go out and try these 3 products, honey. I guarantee you will not be disappointed. Again, this is Pamela Jordan with Boss Up Marketing, and believe me, marketing is everywhere you are, so no topic is off the table with me. Have a good day.